region, you must understand the fact that government resources are shared according to numbers. So the numbers you are going to put on the table into those numbers that will give you the money and the resources you require. Garissa counts almost 200,000 people have IDs and they don't have voter cards. Tafadhali take advantage of that so that you support us and marka miska and ifrisun and put down hisabta and miska so sare. So sama marka, with those many remarks, let me once again welcome you all to Garissa, and I want to give my colleague from the National Assembly, the chair of the Regional Development, Honorable Lochaka Pong. Lochaka Pong. Karibu na useme a few minutes. MP Sigo karibu.
Ya, asante sana Mheshimiwa Deko. Your Honorable CS Wale is the guest of honor today. Now the Honorable the host Governor, Excellencies Governors President, Deputy Governors, Honorable Members of Parliament, Honorable Senator, Members of County Assembly. Now distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. I'm Jambo. Mimi naitwa Peter Lochaka Pong. Mimi ni mjumbe wa Sigor katika kaunti ya West Pokot, na mimi ni mwenyekiti wa kamati ya bunge inaitwa Regional Development Committee of the National Assembly, na nimekuja hapa kwa mwaliko wa Council of Governors, and I want to make a few remarks that it's an honor to grace this occasion through an invitation by the Council of Governors that was sent to the National Assembly's Departmental Committee on Regional Development, and by extension to our brother Major Deko, who is the Member of Parliament for Garissa Township, who is the host. Now the county government commitment to promote and strengthen civic education and on devolution is evident, as this is the fourth event of this nature. We as the Committee on Regional Development are mandated to investigate, inquire into and report on all matters relating to mandate, management activities, and administration, operations, and estimates of the assigned ministries, departments, and agencies. It is essential to emphasize that some of the devolution mandated agencies under the purview of the committee include the State Department for Devolution, the Council of Governors, and IGRTC. Now, additionally, in accordance with the second schedule of the standing orders of the National Assembly, the committee is mandated to oversee now regional development, refugee affairs, devolution, inclusive growth, arid and semi-arid areas, disaster risk management, drought, famine, and disaster response and post-disaster recovery and rehabilitation. We are here to advance the conversation, accountability, and action towards maternal and newborn health. Now, the relevant stakeholders intend to focus on strengthening the maternal and perinatal death surveillance and response initiatives and other concerning issues of interest. Now, ensuring access to essential services such as free medical camps, veterinary clinics, and land and legal clinics not only offer solutions but also promotes togetherness in our society. Now, incorporating regional development governance, integrated multi-sectoral initiatives, and mother and newborn health into our conversation today will ensure the promotion of sustainable and healthy livelihoods. I encourage open and practical dialogue, share your county experiences, what has worked, what hasn't, and what resources or policy changes are needed. Our goal is not only awareness, but concrete time-bound county commitments that advance safe pregnancy and newborn survival across ASAL regions. Yeah, thank you. I just wanted to end there and say that I come from an ASAL county of West Pokot, and of course we have our story to tell on devolution. Na ningependa kusema kwamba kwa mambo ya devolution sisi tuwe tunajisemea na tuseme ukweli yale mambo ambayo yanatakana kubadilishwa, lakini devolution imefanya kazi kwa sababu kaunti zote tumeona mageuzi na mabadiliko. Kwa mambo ya afya tumeshuhudia. So nataka nipongeze Waziri Duale kwa sababu kazi amefanya. Hivi majuzi nimeona watu wengine wakipiga kelele na kusema wajue ya kwamba Waziri Duale ni kiongozi wetu wa wafugaji, na kwa hivyo akisema sana sana anasema kwa niaba yetu, si kwamba anasema kwa niaba ya watu hapa peke yao, anasema kwa niaba yetu. Hata sisi wale ambao tuko katika kaunti ya West Pokot ambao ni wafugaji, huyu Duale ni kiongozi wetu na tunamtambua. Kwa hivyo akiongea ni sauti yetu. Wale ambao sasa wanataka kuleta kelele kipelebele wajue kwamba akiongea aongei kwa niaba yake, anaongea kwa niaba ya watu wengi. Sisi tukiwemo. Wakati Duale alikuwa kiongozi ya wengi, watu wengi wanajua kwamba Duale ni kiongozi, kwa sababu alikuwa leader of majority. Hata saa zingine watu wengine ukiambia Duale ni waziri, bado anajua Duale ni kiongozi. So kwa hivyo ni kiongozi wetu na tutamtambua, tutasimama pamoja na yeye. Asanteni.
Thank you very much, Chair. The Chair just forgot just to mention that there's resources that it gives to the Council of Governors. We got audit, zero audit fault. Hiyo peke yake nilisahau. So tukijua makofi hata sisi COG. Kwa hivyo mheshimiwa, tukikuja kwako ujue zile pesa unatupatia zimefanya kazi vilivyo na ilivyotakikana. Kwa hivyo utatuongezea pesa kwa sababu ya zero audit fault. Asante sana. Allow that I invite the chair of the Senate Standing Committee on Devolution and Intergovernmental Relations, Senator Mahmoud Abbas, the Senator for Wajir County. Karibu mheshimiwa. We are just about to conclude.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رجال السلام عليكم. مرتين السلام عليكم. أنا وحالي بها عباس شيخ محمد. وحالنا هاي سنة الجير. وحالنا هاي الدومية وحل ساسا. حق البوليسين كم. إيو وشغيتا. دولة سراء لمدة دحية سراء دولة دحية لمدة كذا خاص أو كاونتي كي يرسل كامل مركا وحبنا المحل هاي وحبنا الدرسين هاي لكن وقت الوالو قامي هاي مركا what I'll say is Your Excellency, the CS Health Excellencies, governors who are here, the host governor, Mheshimiwa His Excellency Nadif Gama. I can see Mheshimiwa Sharif Nasir Umbasa, Mheshimiwa Boringo, my colleagues from the parliament, the CEOs who are here. Now, when I say to Kufu, Salaam alaikum. Salaam alaikum, Allah bahad, bas waqti alaikum. Yeah. Marka wala liya horta aad baan ugu mahadcelinayaa. Soomaali maxay tahay? Wixii baan tahay qarashka u dhow. Shaqo baahan tahay. maanta waxay leeyahay Garissa waa ku madan halka maxaan doonayaa hal su'aal inaan weydiiyo. Devolution in shaqeeyay iyo ma shaqeeyay? Ma shaqeeyay. ما وليش devolution ما shaqeeyay. Ma ka faa'iido ma qasar. balaga antii inta shaqeeyay inta waxay ku shaqeeyay. Bado hivi naona inahafa hata ifika hapa. Kwa hivyo inaonekana kwamba hii kuna walakini bado. Maxay aniga maxaan nahay? ninka gudoomiyaha kormeeraya gabanayaasha iyo shaqaalahood iyo waxay timeen lacag ay tumiyaan wadii fulisu way shaqeey mas way shaqeey Garissa markaan soo galay oo 2013 maxay heshay 4 bilyan iyo 400 milyan maanta waxay joogtaa 12 milyan saas ma markii hore dawladda hore jirtay أنا العالم عن هذا الجنة ده قال بلنتهاي هل بلو هذا الهرج سو سال ما سو ديفولوشن واش غير ولي واحد بانول ما بس ما برجع عن ليه ولا جال ما أنت الحمد لله إليه بهم هتسكره أنت وقف من دولة سرايا ودياش على إيش هايا بيبقى الحاجين هايا You know, guys, I mean, the Waziri, devolution now has become an equalizer. From the day we came back, me and you were thinking about the work for some time. To be honest with you, it has worked for Northern Kenya. It has worked for Northern Kenya. Because I know some guys were already were saying, telling you a lot of stories. But that was a fact of the matter. So vision has advantaged us. We have done a wonderful job. وجينا ممكن نسوق لي. الحين أنا ما هالحب حتى كلمة المخبر أنا كان بينه هلا وضوء تحت مريش مقال تحت لامي ما أنتم الحين قبلنا تحت لي شن كلمة الرجال مقال تحت شو مش غير بديه مال كسبوه في البلد حول هنا أبغى تقول ما جتي وهاي وأنت ما عندك ويا بركع عليه شيء بيحقق شيء هاي مشاكل لكن معي هنا عندي ويديو والديفولوشن ما هو بهنا مش مشكلة هنا يا شو ايش بتجيب ما حد مو بهنا موجودة هنا معي العقد وارك معي ما أفر بليون إلى 200 بليون هذا كارثة جدا محرمنا عليك عندنا هنا سنتك محرمنا إلا جالسين بقولكم كنتم إلى أي ما دولت هسوق وأنت كلا دول حدد بحاجة محايا هذا 80% of the national revenue. Masco and Arab. Only 15% or 22% at most comes from countries. With those few amount of money, that few of money comes with a lot of demand in these countries. I want to say thank you so much that today, as a people from northern Kenya, devolution is working for us. وحلام بعيد عن ذات. لكن لو محاربنا إلا غلطة سما مساسا. مركا حين ليه ولا يقول. معاكم ليه. devolution was شغال. لكن I want to tell the governors, we have a lot of bending bills. العقد بدل ما تدويني كم the money that is actually due for payments, the bending bills are just too high, and therefore, as the senator for Wajir and the chairman of devolution, I must say the truth that bending bills are just getting too high, and they're increasing by the year. And I don't see the reasons why bending bills should be increasing at all. Is that going to be reducing, or is it segment something? The time we started devolution, we had very few civil servants. ما أنت حافظ كسر ما حد يقول شغال دولة. ما مش ما. لكن شغالها أي مش شغال. هذا مجرد كلام محل قبلنا طلبات إلى الدخل. جالس شغال في مشروع. دكتور. أمن. لكن أخذت هاي به. قارئ العيس ما حيوقع إن ربي كليك ما يفرتين. قارئ معي وشغال هيدا وشغال نايل. ده كيني ولي ما نحل ويحان. لك والله توبري. والله قري هذيك هذا الدين ما توديسين ويلي شنو قري قبله نقره قبله ويلي شيء شغل توي وقاعد واخذنا شيء هذيك توي شيء رجع لنا من جازو ويلي شو ولي قري قبله ولي قري مركا لكن ابن حواي ويلي شيء قبله شغل مجوجان يصلي هذا أول طلب أكثر أما سلاح أكثر ما جوز مركا عندنا معنا دكتورين تايقوا مغلا يمانت والإليجين كعصر مشار بعد قاتين you are paid highly again مشار بعد قاتين مغلش so I want you guys to work for the people. This is actually a rare opportunity for us. So the medical health, the medical personnel, you want to be dedicated, you want to work hard. Of course you can open your clinics, but you can still open clinics with Garissa. if it's allowed constitutionally. Medical عليها أنك عدنا هاي سنتك العقد وكوسي درين مركز سنة كسر every year financial cycle we have a problem and I want to tell my colleagues in the National Assembly. The National Assembly must understand that the money we are giving to the people is not going to the Senate, it goes to the public. So we cannot continue every day to be having mediation. Every cycle of financial year, every year we have mediation team. Tunasema fanya kidogo nusu, fanya hii, sukuma band hii, ngoza 50, that can't be happen. What we need to have is proper budgeting system. That money must go to the missionary. Pesa iende kwa missionary, wananchi watumie pesa. Actually, if you look at what is going to the Ministry of Health, what is going to the Ministry of Water, it's unbelievable. 80% of the money is going back to the national government. And the people, the population is here. So I want us to say that, I want to tell my colleagues and our counterparts, please, let's accept that we cannot be keeping on negotiating every day and saying, add a shilling, minus a shilling. The money must come to the shilling. One other thing, my dear friends, Masuma governors, we have high wage bills. Mwandika watu wengi sana mpaka pesa inaenda kwa wage bills. Na pesa kidogo inabaki kwa wananchi. So I want you guys to think also. Of course, I know many people are unemployed. Lakini pesa inaenda kwa wananchi, but I mean for all this stuff is less than 20% that goes for the government. And constitutionally, it's supposed to have only 35% for wage bills and for other characters. So I want to also make the governors who are here and those who are absent to understand we also need some development. And I want you guys to pay the money of the public. People who have invested in the counties, some of them have lost even their senses. They have gone to depression because of this pay the bills. Mlipe pesa ya pay bills for rent. Ile watu waendelee kufanya kazi. For those few remarks I want to say, I think I'll give you all my notes and my presentations. I want to say thank you so much, Governor Hongera, for the good work you've done. I'm really impressed that this is a case to show that devolution is working in Garissa, and we'll visit us. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Round of applause to the Senator, please. Now we want to tell the story of devolution in the context of Garissa County. Before I invite the Governor for Garissa to take over the program, kindly, let's cue in the video, the short documentary that is telling the story of devolution in the context of Garissa County for the last 13 years. Karibuni and watch with us. After that, I invite Governor Nadir to take
Garissa County, also home to the unique and endangered Hirola antelope, is one of Kenya's fastest growing counties and a gateway to the vast and arid northeast region of the country. Before the advent of devolution, healthcare services in Garissa County faced numerous challenges that severely constrained service delivery. This was particularly evident at the then Garissa Provincial General Hospital, PGH, which struggled with inadequate infrastructure, acute shortages of medical personnel, limited specialized services, and decades of chronic underinvestment. Together, these challenges compromised both the quality of care and access to essential health services for the people of Garissa and the wider region. Upon assuming office, His Excellency Governor Nathif Adam unveiled a visionary 5-year strategic plan that set in motion an ambitious transformation of the county's health sector. At the heart of this plan was a clear and uncompromising objective to transform Garissa Referral Hospital into a world-class facility. At the commencement of devolution, Garissa Provincial General Hospital had only 6 specialist doctors, while it currently has 52 specialists in almost all areas of specialization. The hospital had no ICU, no HDU, no renal unit, no MRI or CT scan services. With the arrival of devolution, all these equipment and services are now available. Also, due to increased level of services, the number of nurses has increased from 230 to 560. The number of theaters has also increased from 2 to 6. The hospital's state-of-the-art equipment allows it to undertake almost all kinds of surgeries and surgical interventions, including but not limited to complex tumor resections, invasive laparoscopic procedures, advanced orthopedic repairs, pediatric surgeries, cardiothoracic surgeries, and life-saving emergency operations. Another major aspect of the hospital's transformation was the modernization of its core infrastructure, including the construction of new wards and the comprehensive refurbishment of existing ones. Further expanding its range of services, the hospital recently established a private wing to offer patients enhanced comfort, privacy, and convenience, while enabling them to benefit from the expertise, specialist care, and advanced diagnostic capacity of the county's premier hospital. Also, one of the earliest and most significant achievements was the revamping of the referral system, creating a more coordinated and effective pathway for patients requiring specialized care and ensuring that referrals within the county were handled efficiently.
Zamani ukitoka upata mwanamke anakufia kwa barabara, tuliwahi kubeba mwanamke anakereka akufia kwa barabara kwa sababu hakuna nyesi. Sasa hii ambulance inatusaidia kuchukua mgonjwa
And before devolution, we used to have referral systems in place. But what we used to have is like, we used to have an ambulance, maybe without an oxygen. We used to have an ambulance, but without supplies. We used to have an ambulance without maybe even a paramedic. Yeah. And so like, it used to work, but not the efficiency and the quick service delivery that's actually required.
Maternal and newborn health was also placed firmly at the center of the transformation. A maternal shelter was established to provide a safe residential facility for expectant mothers with high-risk pregnancies, enabling them to remain close to emergency obstetric services and receive timely medical attention when needed.
Ile ulionyesha ile ataweka karibu na wewe hivi, kisha unafungia nguo yako karibu na yeye hivi, anapata joto ya mwili yako. Hasa asipata joto ya mwili yako, akinyonya anakuwa haraka sana.
Bibi yangu hii ambeleni anakufa mtoto sasa. Watu walimwambia mimi niko Garissa, kitu kutosha daktari na mtoto sasa hivi huko kutoka huko mimi kukuja kwa ambulance. Serikali ndio inalete, sisi napata raha, tunapata mtoto, tunashukuru sasa. Sisi hiyo kanini tunaombea nini watu wa Garissa yote, daktari na wananchi na wanawake wanafanya kazi yote, mimi nashuhudia. Shukrani.
The transformation of the hospital was further strengthened by the existence within its compound of three major institutions, that is the Garissa Regional Cancer Center, the Kenya Medical Training College, KMTC, and the recently opened Regional Blood Transfusion Center. With the massive investments and transformation that took place, the Garissa Level 5 Referral Hospital today is a regional facility that serves not only Garissa County, but also a number of neighboring counties, in addition to the large refugee population based in Dadaab. And the transformation did not stop at the county referral hospital. Healthcare services across the sub-counties received equally strong attention and support, with major investments in infrastructure and the expansion and improvement of health facilities, bringing services closer to communities across the county. As a clear affirmation of the impact of improved healthcare services, history was made on September 27, 2016, when Balambala Sub-County Hospital successfully performed its first ever cesarean section, marking a major milestone in bringing life-saving surgical services closer to the people. At the same time, the county government prioritized the continuous and reliable supply of pharmaceutical and non-pharmaceutical commodities to health facilities across the county, ensuring that improved infrastructure was matched by the medicines, supplies, and essential resources needed to deliver care. The scale of transformation that occurred in the county's healthcare sector has not gone unnoticed, but has indeed earned admiration and recognition from beyond the county, with the sector receiving several awards and accolades within just a few years of the advent of devolution. The first major recognition came in 2016, when the county government received the Best Practices Award from the national government through the Ministry of Health, following an assessment supported by the Japan International Cooperation Agency, JICA. Garissa emerged top for introducing innovative measures that strengthened maternal health services and contributed to a significant reduction in maternal mortality. Similar early recognition of the county's remarkable strides in healthcare came in 2015 from the then First Lady of Kenya, H.E. Margaret Kenyatta, who acknowledged Garissa's progress in expanding access to quality healthcare services.
Governor Jama, I have witnessed today the efforts and investments you have made towards improving the healthcare service and delivery for the people of Garissa County. Increased health infrastructure, dispensaries and maternity wards, establishment of new community healthcare units, recruitment of healthcare workers, purchasing of motorbikes to support community outreach services are among the many activities that you're undertaking. I'm especially impressed by the maternal shelter that ensures that mothers who come from hard-to-reach areas are able to stay, bringing their pregnancies to term and to deliver their babies safely. This all speaks volumes of your desire for a healthy society, and I am here today to join you in making that desire a reality.
Recognitions, coming so early in the life of devolution, were a powerful affirmation that with vision, strategic investment, and unwavering determination, even the most challenging healthcare systems can be transformed.
Garissa makofi tafadhali. That's a journey, and of course the awards that you received as a result of transformative health service delivery. Allow, before I invite the governor, we have Garissa traditional dancers, cultural dancers, please, that are prepared just one song, then I invite the governor to come. Please, Garissa cultural dancers, haraka haraka, 1 minute. Pigieni hapa, please. Pigieni hapa.
دلك ويا قران طيق لواله هنا ندوق وبلودي افرتي انت الهيا دردر ويا قيبو دق يا رالي دهاي بالدليل كدغيستا الله مملك نوناكسن مدحدين عندهم عندما حبيه صلانيه مهد بالمدنتهين بالميدان دغيستا الله مدان ودعاء بقفنه هنا النظيفيه مدحدين عندما هي ميجايه مدحدين عندما هي مملك نوناكسن دي جي شو هذا؟ Shambara ko فايتين نظيفة وكعيب الشباب أهلني بالأيام بشارع سنين فايتين نظيفة وكعيب الشباب
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد أخيار الميشن كوما تريغارسا السلام عليكم السلام عليكم waxaa kaloo oon aad iyo aad aan u soo dhaweynayaa martida sharafta leh ee maanta meesha noo imaatay. Mine is really to appreciate and to thank my guests, our guests in Garissa today, starting with our CS Honorable Duale. Of course, my sincere appreciation goes also to my colleagues, governors, Chaboy, our chief whip of the COG, our chair council, the council committee on health, Governor 001, Abdul Sharif. I'm also honored to have a number of our DGs here from Mandera, Wajir, West Pokot. Equally, I must really thank the other many colleagues and VIPs who are with us this afternoon. Senator Abbas, thank you very much for responding to our request to come. The PS for Devolution, thank you very much. Also for coming. Our MPs, Chair of the Regional Committee, and of course our host committee, our MP host committee, the many CEOs who are also introduced earlier who came also join us, the other many dignitaries, our MCAs, our other leaders, the civil society, the county team who are here, and of course, the other many colleagues. I also saw Chairman Elmi, who was supposed to be with us. I hope he's still there. Chairman Elmi, are you there? Yes, you need to say a word or two. This is a very important forum. You particularly, I hope there's a session for you on the livestock, under the assets for that matter. I also know that we have other many colleagues. The CEO of FCDC, I thought you were here, but when the CEO was introduced, I didn't see you. Are you around? In there, you are also around. And many others I know who are here. I may not be necessarily able to recall all the names, but I know the flight was full this morning. Karibuni sana Garissa. Mine is really to say thank you once again, because without you coming to share with us these moments, then the conference will not make any sense. We are happy because we have you around. Karibuni sana Garissa. I have no speech to make. Mine is to say that this was basically a way of introducing also further the region, the northern region, the Asal region, to the country by having this Devolution Sensitization Week to be held in one of the ASEAN counties. And I'm happy and indeed honored that Garissa was, chosen to be that county. With you, my colleagues from the COG, Mary, the chair, Ahmed, who is represented here by our whip, and all the other colleagues, Asanteni Sana, for seeing that we are able to hold this one. And I'm sure you can see we're even able to hold even bigger conferences. So we look forward to even bigger engagements as far as this region is concerned. I don't want to be saying a lot because again time is not on our side, but I want to take this opportunity. Munisamehe kidogo niwaite first of all our deputy governors who are representing their governors here. The three of them, please come forward so that you can say a few words, can say hi to your people in Garissa. Alafu niwaite wenzangu the other governors as well. Please come forward, governors, the deputy governors, so that we allow you to say a few words as well.
Anyway, Excellencies present, the Governor, Host Governor Nadif Chama, the Chief Guests and the dignitaries present. Regards, Assalamu alaikum. Wa alaikum salam Assalamu alaikum. Mine are just two, precisely, Governor, and this one goes initially to the COG. Considering today we are holding the fourth sensitization week in Garissa County, I do often say Wajir because I come from Wajir. And I pitch for Garissa County as the host of the next devolution conference of Garissa. We set the standards on the bar high. We held quite a number of conferences in Wajir County. We did the first one, the Pastoralist Leadership Summit in Wajir County. We did Madaraka Day. It was a no-go zone for many naysayers, but we proved them wrong in holding Madaraka Day in Wajir County. So there's no reason absolutely that Garissa County ain't holding the fourth conference this year, inshallah. So COG Mkoapa, and the whip is here. We hope that you will help your colleagues to ensure that Garissa hosts this next conference, inshallah. That's one. Secondly, we have quite a number of other issues that Devolution has brought forward, but mine is to encourage everybody here that we need to sensitize our people to register, and register for votes. Register in terms of ensuring that we have the needful numbers to ensure that we matter in Garissa, Wajir, Mandera, Northern County, and Kenya at large, wherever we are. So Sajili, there are millions of people who are in Northern Kenya who have IDs but do not have voter registration with the IEBC data. So to Sajili, are we together there? Tuko pamoja hapo? And I'll leave at where I left, where the PS left, where he said we are in the same WhatsApp group with those from Narok, with those from Kajiado, those from West Pokot, to ensure that it is two-term for President William Samoei Ruto. Kwa hayo machache nialike mwenzangu wa West Pokot. Karibu.
Asante. Thank you very much, my colleague, Deputy Governor Wajir, CS Duale, and all protocols observed. I'm Kombole Robert, the Deputy Governor of West Pokot, and I'm here representing my governor, His Excellency Governor Kachapin, Governor of West Pokot, and just to be present here to witness the impacts of devolution in Garissa County, and to also confirm that West Pokot County devolution is working, and I want to believe the rest of the country that devolution is working. Otherwise, I don't want to take a lot of time. Just want to appreciate Your Excellency Nadif Jama for giving us an opportunity to also bring the witnesses from different counties. as far as from West Pokot. Thank you very much.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. Honorable CS Alan Duale, guests here today, Excellency Governors, Excellency colleagues, Deputy Governors, Members of Parliament present, members of the Senate, and all the leaders. I want to take this opportunity to carefully and cautiously ride on the established protocols before me, because I know everyone here came as leaders on their own capacities. But I want to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Regards Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. I won't forget to thank my good friend Governor Nadif Jama, who has always invited me or my governor to all his events, which we have always almost religiously attended. I also want to recognize, I think a lot of us somehow have forgotten the role played by the Council of Governors CEO, Mary Mwiti, very hardworking, very focused on delivery. We appreciate you, Mary, very, very much. With those few remarks, I think I will be as short as possible. But I think sometimes, as a region, we need to look back at our history, where we have started. 63 years ago, in December 12th, a curtain has fallen along Tana River, a curtain that had two sides. One side was the south, and the other side was the north. The north was characterized by marginalization. It was characterized by clan conflict. It was characterized by insecurity, and that was intentionally done with no development. The South was in the meantime singing something called peace, love, and unity, upendo, umoja, and a lot of development. Thank God, 13 years ago, March, that curtain has been lifted by devolution and the Constitution of 2010. And today, as a country, we have one nation, 48 governments, and we are properly, fully part of this country in terms of development. And we have received a lot of development. But in terms of growth and development, sometimes 2-3 years ago, in a place called Garissa, we have received a young, brand new, beautiful girl who was separated from her mother in Garissa County, to Garissa Hospital through cesarean section for the first time. A radiography that has never seen a scanning of major diagnostic procedure has been done in real work, and the many other procedures. But also, more importantly, in my county, we are able to pay secondary school fees for 35,000 secondary students, courtesy of devolution, and many, many other opportunities. We've done a lot of other developmental projects. And therefore, why I'm coming to that is that devolution has given us this. But even within devolution, in these last 5 years or so, since William Ruto has taken over the government, that development has truly been accelerated to unimaginable numbers. And that's what I'm coming to, is we want to make sure that we work on continuity of the government that really supports our region. That is the election of His Excellency, President William Samoei Ruto. Somalia waxay dhahay moogtahay Maxamed Siyaad Barre ayaa hadda ka hor hala doorta marka la doortay 98% ayaa u riday nina hadlay wuxuu dhahay war nin doorta maxaad noo dhahdeen ya hadda William Ruto waa dooran yahay laakiin we want to prove something as Muslims, as Somali community, as the pastoralist community in Northern region. We want to prove numbers, that we have numbers. And the only way we can do that, because development is political, and politics is about numbers. And the only way we can prove that is to go out and register and get IDs and register for Kura. So let's ensure that that is done. I truly appreciate this very, very opportunity and would like to continue, inshallah, working together with you, Your Excellency. Thank you.
Asante sana, our deputy governors who are here with us. Let me now take this opportunity to call on my brother, Governor Nasir of Mombasa. Please come, and of course, with my sincere appreciation for taking the difficult time out of your busy schedule to fly all the way from Mombasa for this function.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Mimi leo ningeongea Kisomali, lakini tatizo ile tuko nayo, hawa watu wengine wataona na wasengenya. Na hii dunia CS your witness. Unaweza kuongea mambo mengine, lakini watu wa media wakaandika mambo nyingine ambayo kwamba haiko kabisa. Sasa sije nikaongea mambo ya swara nikaambiwa nimetaja wanyama wengine. Kwa hivyo mimi afadhali nisiniongee. First of all, I want to congratulate, kukupatia shukrani na kukupatia kongole ndugu yangu Governor Nadhif kwa kuweza kuarrange mpangilio kama huu. Pili, kuweza kutoa shukrani. Nimeona secretariat yetu nzima iko hapa na nimeona watu wameongea habari ya wanasiasa na viongozi wengine, lakini mimi nataka kuwapatia na nyinyi kongole. Mujipigie makofi. You have done an excellent thing. You know, tunazungumza habari ya mambo ugatuzi. Nipeni nafasi niongee Kiswahili ili iweze kunitoa kwa roho, sio? Kuna wengine wanasema ya kwa ugatuzi haijafanya kazi, lakini ukitaka kujua ugatuzi imefanya kazi, kama wewe ni yule ambaye kwamba unaamini ya kuwa watu wakiweza kusafiri wanaleta natija na wanaleta fedha katika county. Wewe ukisimama tu na ndege hapa Garissa, ni moja ya dalili ya kuwa ugatuzi imefanya kazi. Kuna ile runway ambayo kwamba imetengezwa, lakini napeana kongole, congratulations ndugu yangu Nadhif. Nimeona terminal kubwa pale ndani ambayo kwamba imeweza kutengezwa na serikali ya county. So and then kama mwenyekiti wa masala ya afya katika kongole la magavana, nimesikia watu wakizungumza mambo mingi sana, lakini mimi nataka kuambia kando na yale mambo ya uzazi ambayo kwamba sasa hivi tunasema ya kwa baada ya ugatuzi ndio ilikuwa ni mara ya kwanza uzazi wa kupasua umeweza kufanywa katika Garissa. Hata ile ambayo kwamba ni ya upasuaji katika eneo la Banisa ilikuwa ni juzi juzi, lakini kuna lile ambalo kwamba ni baya zaidi, hili la saratani, cancer. Kama si ugatuzi, leo tungelikuwa hatuna cancer center hapa katika Garissa. Na ukitaka kujua ya kwa hii serikali imefanya mambo yawe wazi na yawe sawa, sisemi kwa sababu namsifu ndugu yangu yuko hapa ama namsifu Nadhif yuko hapa ndugu yangu pia, lakini ile center ambayo kwamba iko hapa, kuna center kama hiyo ambayo kwamba iko Mombasa, kuna center kama hiyo iko katika sehemu nyingine ya Naivasha, kuna nyingine Nakuru, kuna nyingine ambayo kwamba iko pale. Kwa hivyo kila Mkenya ameweza kupata faida, na tuna mpangilio waziri, tunataka tuweze kufanya kazi pamoja na serikali kuu. Mimi naonelea tutakaa chini kama magavana, tuko na mkutano kwanza as an AOB tarehe 6. Tunataka kuweka mkutano kama magavana kuweza kuwa na njia rasmi kuweza kuwasiliana ili tuweze kufanya screening ya saratani, cancer detection at an early stage, mpaka ile ward ya mwisho kabisa kule chini watu waweze kusaidika. Na zamani hii mambo ya afya ilikuwa hata dawa zilikuwa hazipatikani. Dawa tunangojea Nairobi waamue mtu atuletee dawa katika zile counties zile ambapo kwamba wakati ule zamani zilikuwa zinajulikana kama district. Safari hii hata tarehe 6 niko na habari njema, tunakaa chini kama magavana kuangalia jinsi kuhakikisha kwa KEMSA pesa yao iwe inakaa maalum kuweza kulipa mambo ya madawa. Na hata hii leo wengi wamezungumza mambo mingi, mimi kidogo nitaongea, sifichi maneno kwa sababu sote ni wanasiasa, wala nitakuwa sitelezi kwa mdomo, bora niongee tu ile ile. Hii SHA ambayo kwamba tuko nao sasa hivi, kama si serikali hii kukubali ya kuwa kila mmoja aweze kupatiwa kitambulisho, wallahi watu wa sehemu hii ya Garissa, watu wa pwani na kwengine wangelikuwa ni the least beneficiaries ya SHA, kwa sababu bila kitambulisho hauna njia ya kuweza kupata registration yako ya SHA. Kwa hivyo hata mambo yako ya afya yangelikuwa ni yenye kunyimwa na kuweza kurejea nyuma, licha ya kuwa wengine walisema ya kuwa kwa sababu tunapatiwa kitambulisho sisi ni magaidi. Lakini mimi naona kiugaidi wetu tuoneshe ugaidi si kwa mdomo peke yake, tuoneshe ugaidi kwa kuchukua kadi ya kura, na tutaonesha ugaidi hatulipui kwa mabomu, tutalipua kwa kura tu sisi. Mimi naonelea hii kurupua tutalipua kwa kura hii mwaka 2027, kwa sababu hata sisi pia mama zetu wamezaa watoto, baba zetu pia wako na uwezo wa kuzaa watoto. Hatuwezi kuwa na idadi ya wingi na huku hatuna vitambulisho, hatuna kadi zetu za kura tuweze kuzishughulikia. Tukimaliza hapa waziri, tutakuwa pamoja na NPDSR, and I want to congratulate all the counties ambazo zimeweza participate in this. Waliotoa watu, nimeona watu wamevaa scrubs tayari, wanaenda into all the various sub counties na wards kuweza kuangalia mambo ya NPDSR. We will be launching that here together. And CS, there are some things we need your assistance on. One is the issue of screening. Two, we are also requesting ya kwa hawa madaktari, hii mambo ya training kikatiba ni lazima serikali kuu iweze kuwachukua wakati wanafanyiwa ile training. And the reason is because inakuwa ni burden, ni mzigo kwa serikali za county. Ndio maana senator anasema ya kuwa tuko na wage bill kubwa, kwa sababu tunataka madaktari wetu waende kusoma. Wakienda kusoma lazima mshahara unaendelea kulipwa. Ile sheria vile inavyosema katiba ni kwa mambo ya training ichukuliwe na serikali kuu. Sisi wakimaliza training tuwachukue kama specialist katika department zile ambazo kwamba ziliopo. And also waziri, mambo mengine mawili tutaomba hii level 5, and I'm sure he is also feeling that burden. Wakati katiba ilipotengenezwa na ile equation ya kwanza ilipofanywa, ni kwa level 5 hospitals were getting grants. Then what happened, ilikuwa iko na time frame, kwa sababu ilikuwa inatumainiwa ya kwa kila county itakuwa na level 5 yake. Lakini sasa hivi tunaona level 5 zinaenda kuchukuliwa kwa sababu kuna counties nyingine wameshindwa kuzimiliki zile level 5. Mimi na ndugu yangu Nadhif na wengine, maoni yetu ni kwa badala ya kupeana level 5 iwe converted into a level 6, you're creating a gap which will also be a burden. Instead of creating that gap, ni bora kuwe na conditional grants ziweze kurudi katika hizi level 5 ili tuweze kusaidiana. Na kama gavana wa Mombasa, we value human resource, but at the same time we value the people who elected us into office and the people who gave us the mandate to be who we are today. Waziri, we need to be able to sit down with yourself, and I'm sure this is something everyone will agree, including a number of good personnel in all the counties out there. Kuna madaktari wengine ambao kwamba wameajiriwa lakini hawako kazini. Hata madaktari wenyewe wananiangalia wanasema sasa ujamaa shachoma. But it is the truth. Iko madaktari wengine tumewaajiri lakini wako na private clinics. And I know some people are talking about lockup, some people are saying that there was a specialist, there was a CBA that was arranged. But if that is the case, we need to be able to confirm and ascertain how many hours are you present at that particular facility. It is very vital because that is another form of corruption. When you're being paid to be at a county facility and then in return you decide to go into a private facility. And I'm not saying all doctors are bad. Some doctors are excellent. Actually, many of them. medics in general are excellent, but the one or two ambao wanahepa kidogo, hii ni serikali ya William Samoei Ruto, waziri ni Aden Duale, magavana ni sisi, tutaikana tu mahali petu tuweze kurekebishana, si ndio? And lastly, this is something that has been hitting headlines, and it is to do with devolution. And it is unfortunate. It is very unfortunate. Actually, I'd like to say this in English because the media has gone and misreported. Not misreported, actually purposely reported differently on matters to do with devolution. Recently, there was instructions that were given, and it was actually a cabinet resolution, that things to do with devolution need to be able to be presented at the National Assembly and at the Senate. In the spirit of that, the Deputy President cannot be the one to designate and delegate cabinet resolutions to the legislative arm of government. That needs to be done by someone who is a cabinet secretary. What has simply happened is that delegated power for purposes, in fact, the notice is so clear, the memo is so clear, for the purposes of issues to do with regulations and legislation, that has been given to the Prime Cabinet Secretary. Nimeona magazeti, TV, big headlines. Oh, the Deputy President is being done this, and the devolution is going to be able to die. Surely, I think it is important. Stop creating havoc when havoc is not there. Havoc will be created by the amount of people who will be registering to be voters in 2027. Ukweli uweze kujitambua hapo. Na mimi nashukuru hapa nimeona watu wanajiregister. Congratulations Nadif for that excellent job. Hata sisi huko Mombasa tunajipanga, and I'm sure all the other ASAL counties as well wanajipanga tuweze kuhakikisha kwa our numbers are the ones that are going to be able to matter. So karibu tena to all of you. Karibuni Garissa, hapa ni nyumbani kwetu sisi. Kuna damu kidogo ya Somali sasa. Shukran sana, asanteni sana.
Asante sana, Governor Nasir. I know time is really getting us hard, but let me invite quickly my brother, Governor Cheboy, the whip of the COG, our whip brother, Pia, who is presenting here, Chairman Ahmed, who is out of the country. Karibu.
Thank you, Governor. Wananchi wa Garissa, assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Muko mgeni wa heshima wetu, CS wetu wa afya Honorable Duale, Governor wetu wa Garissa, Governor mpendwa, Governor Nathif, the host of this very important event, my colleagues, the Excellency Governors, including Governor from Mombasa, our Deputy Governors who are here today, the PS, Ministry of Devolution, Members of Parliament present, members of the County Assembly present, including the speakers, wahisani wetu, development partners, viongozi wa makanisa na Waislamu ya Muslim community, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Mimi niko hapa kama kiranja wa governors, lakini nitasoma hotuba ya chairman wetu wa Council of Governors. Utanikubalia tunisome kidogo, sio sana. Lakini kabla sijasema hivyo, nimekuja hapa leo, siku ya leo, mara ya kwanza kwa muda mrefu. Mbeleni nilikuja hapa Garissa nikaja na barabara. Leo nimekuja na ndege. Na nataka kueleza kwamba mwenye macho haambiwi nini? Tazama. Tumeongea hapa na waziri, akaniambia kwamba hapo awali kabla ya ugatuzi counties tatu ya Northern Kenya walikuwa wanapata taslim shilingi bilioni 1 kwa mwaka, na tukaangalia saizi tukaona kwamba counties tatu za Northern Kenya zinapata kwa mwaka karibu bilioni 30. Hiyo ni maendeleo, sio maendeleo? Hiyo ni mambo ya ugatuzi. Na ukiangalia pia hizi counties pia zinapata pesa za CDF. Pengine county moja inaweza pata karibu bilioni 1.2. Sasa tunaweza kusema kwamba devolution imeleta mali katika hapa karibuni. Pia nimekuja hapa nikatembea, tukapelekwa kwenye hoteli nyingine pale inaitwa Almond Hotel. Alafu nikamwambia gavana wa Mombasa, hii hoteli ina shida zile ziko Mombasa pale. Yani hata miti, the trees that are lining up there were looking even better than the ones in Mombasa. Hiyo ni ishara ya ugatuzi unaofanya kazi. Pia nikaongea na gavana wenu hapa, gavana wa Garissa, akaniambia hivi karibuni alizindua munisipa 6 katika Garissa County. Sasa hiyo ni ugatuzi, sio ugatuzi? Mambo mengi yamesemwa hivi majuzi. Kwa mara ya kwanza kwa miaka zaidi ya 63 kule Wajir wakaweza kuhost celebrations ya Madaraka Day for the first time in independent Kenya. This is the meaning of devolution. Lakini kuna wengine pia ambaye anataka kuongeza hivi kabla hizi sijasoma hii, kwamba kuna wale ambao wanasema tunataka njia ya kugawa pesa za umma katika Kenya hii kwa devolution. Wakisema tunataka kugawa pesa kulingana na watu ambao wamekuwa katika sehemu hiyo. Wanasema tunataka 1 shilling 1 person. Na sisi wafugaji tunasema hapana. Kaunti kubwa kama Masaka ambayo inashinda Rwanda kwa upana inaweza kupewa pesa kulingana na 1 shilling 1 man is wrong. Hatutaki kupata serikali ambayo inasema 1 shilling 1 person. Tunataka serikali ambayo inasema 1 shilling 1 kilometer. Ndio tuweze kupata mali kama watu wengine. Kuna wale ambao wanasema devolution haifanyi kazi. Na hata mambo ya maendeleo kidogo wanasema haifanyi. Tumeambiwa kwamba SHA inafanya. Na mimi nataka kusema kwamba mimi mwenyewe najua kwamba SHA inafanya. Mama yangu mwenyewe ametibiwa na pesa ya SHA. Na mimi sikulipa na pesa zangu, ni SHA ambayo ililipa. And I want to tell the CS, SHA is working. But those people who are saying SHA is not working are liars. Wanaita watu wengine waongo. Na kumbe hawa ni waongo. Ukitaka kujua ni waongo, karibuni there is one leader in this country ambaye alisema hakuna highway ambayo inajengwa kutoka Rironi kuelekea kule Rift Valley, kuelekea Mausani. Lakini kila siku mimi napitia hiyo barabara. Ukiona zile mashini ziko pale, ni uongo kusema ati barabara haijengwi. Sasa watasema nini tukiona kama inajengwa? So I don't want to add from there. I want to say that I'm grateful to be here, and I want to congratulate my colleague for the good work that he's doing. Allow me, therefore, to read his speech on behalf of my chairman, Governor for Mandera, Governor Ahmed. It is a distinct honor to join you today for the official opening of the Devolution Sensitization Week here in this great county of Garissa. On behalf of the Council of Governors, I extend our sincere appreciation to the people and leadership of Garissa County for hosting this significant national engagement. Your warmth, your hospitality, and commitment to strengthening devolution reflects the true spirit of partnership that has become the hallmark of county governments. I also want to pass my sincere appreciation to all our partners and the institutions that have contributed to making the WIN's activities possible. I saw what was happening in the field today when we were going round, and the evidence of the work partners are doing through the work of Zuri Health. I also want to pass my sincere appreciation to the institutions that have contributed to making this week's activities possible. This sensitization week is more than just a calendar event. It is an opportunity to bring devolution closer to the people and reaffirm our collective commitment to improving the lives of Kenyans. The theme of this year's Devolution Sensitization Week, Devolution for Better Health, Empowered Communities, reminds us why devolution remains one of the most transformative pillars of our Constitution. Over the last decade, counties have demonstrated that when decisions are made closer to the people, services become more responsive and communities become more involved. This week gives us an opportunity to translate the theme into tangible actions. Sinema ile tunaonyeshwa saa hizi kuhusu maendeleo ya afya Garissa ni ishara kwamba ugatuzi hasa kwa mambo ya afya inafanya kazi. Tumeambiwa na mbunge wa hapa na pia deputy governor wa Marsabit, wa Mandera, kwamba kuna sehemu ambayo wanafanya upasuaji kwa wamama saa zile wanajifungua kule Garissa. That is devolution. Through the medical camp, thousands of residents will receive free health screening, specialized consultations, health education, and referrals. This demonstrates that devolution is not merely about structures and institutions. It is about improving the people's lives through accessible and quality public services. Through the legal clinic, citizens will receive legal advice and guidance to better understand their rights and responsibilities. Our goal is simple: to ensure that justice is accessible to all, regardless of distance or financial means. Equally important is the land clinic and engagement sessions on livestock, water, youth, women, PWDs, and refugee needs, which will bring together relevant institutions to help residents to resolve various concerns in these sectors. The above sectors remain a critical resource for livelihoods in this county, hence making accessible their services an essential component of effective governance. These activities demonstrate what devolution stands for: bringing government services closer to the people, promoting inclusion, and ensuring that every Kenyan has an opportunity to benefit from public services regardless of where you are. Ladies and gentlemen, as county governments, we recognize that devolution is a shared responsibility. Its success depends on strong collaboration between the national and county governments. And I want to emphasize that one. Counties are not different from the national government. We are in one country called Kenya. The fact that we are running our own services in the county does not mean that we do not work together with the national government. Constitutional commissions also are there, where we do partner. Development partners are also there, where we do partner. The civil society and the private sector, and most importantly, wananchi that we serve. This sensitization week, therefore, provides an important platform for dialogue. We encourage wananchi to actively participate, ask questions, share ideas. In other words, it's not a matter of just us giving you information. Give us your ideas so that we can also implement them when we get back to the Council of Governors. Share ideas and hold us accountable. That is more important. Where does the money that are brought to Garissa go? You can see in Garissa Level 5 hospital. You can see in the cancer center. You can see in the wellness center for maternity services. Devolution thrives when citizens are informed, engaged, and empowered. Let us use this week. And by the way, the MP for this town asked that question. He spoke in Kisomali, but I think I heard what he said. He was asking you people to ask us, the governors. And I almost heard that they were asking that we ask Governor Nathi what he has done with the money. Hold us accountable. It is not a privilege for us to be accountable to you. It is a right for you. Let us therefore use this week to celebrate the milestones we have achieved while candidly reflecting on areas that require greater collaboration and innovation. To the residents of Garissa, I encourage you to take full advantage of the services being offered throughout the week. Visit the medical camp, seek legal assistance. Where necessary, engage with the land experts. Kama kuna mtu ambaye anataka kunyang'anya shamba, get advice from the legal experts and participate in the public forums. These services have been brought to you. Please use them. Usije ukasema kama ningalijua ningaliuliza maswali. Together, let us continue building a stronger devolution that delivers better healthcare, empowers communities, creates opportunities for our youth and women. It strengthens local economies. How shall we improve the economy of our people? How can we make the people of Garissa wealthier? How can we improve the GDP of Garissa people? And therefore, we also want to see that devolution secures a more prosperous future for every Kenyan. With those few remarks, I wish you few fruitful deliberations. God bless you. Asanteni sana. But before I sit, I want to add my voice to Governor Mombasa about the role of the people that we educate to be consultants. CS counties sacrifice a lot of resources for consultants to go for training. You come in as an MO or medical officer of health, and then we send you for training. We release you, even if we are not the ones paying for your fees, but you will go to Kenyatta National Hospital, train for 3, 4, 5 years. And you imagine that we pay you full salary when you are away. That is an investment that the counties have made. And then they come back and they want the workload to be reduced to rounds twice a week. You know? And you think about the amount of money that we pay you, in addition to the amount of money that we have spent on you. It is time that we ask ourselves, what is the return on investment for the citizen for the amount of money that we spend in training our consultants? Yes, they are good, but they should also be available to give, to account for the resources that we have spent in training. Thank you very much, and God bless you. As I go to sit, I was very happy when I heard Duale say, twende kwenye pahali pa usajili wa watu na pahali pa usajili wa wapiga kura. Na mnasikia wengine wanasema, sisi tuko na kura milioni 8. Wewe utasema tuko na kura ngapi? Na ukitaka kuuliza ati unataka mtu wako apewe kazi katika serikali, you must demonstrate that you have numbers. Let us register in numbers so that we can also shout and say, sisi watu wa Northern Kenya tuko na kura kiasi fulani, msicheze na sisi. Hivyo mimi nawaomba ili tuweze kupigia kura serikali ya William Samoei Ruto tukiendelea mwakani 2027. Thank you very much and God bless us.
Thank you very much, my brother. Sasa wacha nichukue fursa hii kumwita our CS, Dwale, our guest of honor for today. But before I call the CS, Somali ba waxay ku hadlaa dadka reer Garissa waa hawshan oo ku saabsan ID cardka iyo voter shakadan shaka culus weeyaan warkeedana waad haysid igama maqno hawshaas anaga inoo taata waa bilownay anigu waa arkaysa weygii aan soo dhaafnay shaqo badan baan qabanay waa iskaga imaana arrintaas arrin weyn weeyaan dowladda dhexe countiga civil society-ga waxbana inoo maqneen shiifyaha waa la wada imaaday hadda shaqada waa la bilaabay wiigana waxaan dhahnay imaada halkan dadka maaragtay nafaas ha helaan oo ID-ga ay ku qaataan oo isla markaasna kuwa ayagan haystaan maaragtay ID card votkaaga halkaa lagu siiyo marka hadda banaankan maanta waxaa fadhiyaa kuwii ID cardka goonayeen iyo kuwii votka goonaya IBC ahayeen ha laga fadhiisto reer Garissana baan khaas oo la hadlaya reer Garissa waxaa la dhahaa reer Garissa totalka ahaan dadka magaalada hadda ku nool markii caruurta laga bixiyo waxaa weeyaan taqriiban 160 iyo wax kun baa la dhahaa waxa kurahaas hataa 80 kun ma gaarayay reer Garissa معناها يعني dad badan baa kurahaysa oo reer Garissa magaalada dhexdeeda marka kuraha waxa loo qaadanaya ma garanayno we want reer Garissa inaad kuraha aad qaadatiin waana la haystaa waxaa leeyahay dadkii madaxweynaha kuraha wuu furay ID cardka waa la furay laakiin dadkii kaarka way iska haystaan votaga ma goosanayeen marka madaxweynaha wuu ogsoon yahay inaan jecelnahay meel kastoo reer Garissa tuutan waa la ogolyahay لكن توتا مفارق حشري توتا مواد هاي سنايدي كأبوها فوتين كان واحد مشري مركب واحد دونينا عليتا ما حدا مبالغ هذا هي حتى نبانك جوان هلا كاتو فوتين كان كواي بيصير كانوا هيبيزا IBC هي بليز ريجستر أنا بتشيف chief should be here when I listen I know you are doing a good job okay let the chiefs be here to support the community. As I tell you, Sana, Ohio, let me now invite this one way, Super to CS Kena, Karibu, Dogo, Waziri.
Bismillah. Please let's sit down. Bismillah. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Rasulillah. His Excellency the Governor of Garissa, the Governor of Baringo, who is our Council of Governors Whip, my brother, the Chair of the Council of Governors Health, Governor Abdul Samad, the CEO and the whole leadership of the Council of Governors, our Deputy Governors, CEOs, elders like the Chairman of the Equalization Fund, colleagues, members of Parliament, na watu wa Garissa. For me today is a great honor because I really want to commend the Council of Governors and the leadership that is present together with the government and the people of Garissa County for convening this very important conversation under the theme Devolution for Better Health, Empowering Communities. And this is a true measure of devolution. It's not about the number of functions that has been transferred, but the quality of service that is delivered to our citizens. 13 years ago, there was a promulgation of our constitution, and I happened to be in Parliament then, and I happened to be a young member of Parliament under the leadership of the former Prime Minister, the Right Honorable Raila Odinga. And that constitution brought many things, from an independent judiciary to a very robust Bill of Rights. But there were two things that those of us who are now claiming for a new constitution, a very good public finance chapter, but there were two things. And one, we got it, and I really want the governor of Mombasa to listen to me. The one that we got, which was in the heart of Raila Odinga then, and our president,
among other leaders, was devolution, ugatuzi. In fact, we stood and said we must get devolved. Why did we say? Because the whole of Kenya was run through one street, and PS Mahabub knows. From the National Treasury to the office of the President, that is where resources were shared, that was where decision was made, and the people who were making those decisions, I don't want to go into another controversy, they know themselves. And they opposed us. They opposed the chapter of devolution. But I really want to thank Raila Odinga and William Ruto. They stood firm. The other one that they could not allow us to do was Raila Odinga and us believed in a parliamentary system of government. But those who had the tyranny of numbers refused us parliamentary system of government. And before I die, I hope one day there will be a parliamentary system of government that will devolve the election in our country from bombers to the constituencies. Like in many others, like in India, like in UK, like in Ethiopia, where elections are won at the constituency level. The party with the highest number of MPs will form the next government. But what do we have now? And I'll make it, I like to make a very controversial sentence. The people who believe in the tyranny of numbers today, if 3 or 2 of the largest communities in Kenya connive, they form a coalition, they will take over the presidency. And that is why the people of Coast Province and Northern Kenya, the pastoralists, we will make sure in the next election and in the subsequent elections, we will be #1 in terms of the tyranny of numbers. We will marry 4 wives. We will produce a lot of children. Kama mlitukataza parliamentary system, we will find you in a presidential system. Tutazaana, tutakuwa na numbers, hizo numbers zenu tutaifikia. But Raila Odinga believed in a parliamentary system where a Pokot, a Turkana, a Mijikenda, a Somali. Because let me tell you a good thing. There was somebody who was saying, Aden Duale was made a leader of majority by somebody. Nobody made me. We were in a coalition, URP, TNL. When William Ruto took the position of the deputy president, the next position was that of the leader of majority. I became the leader of majority in as far as URP slots in that coalition was concerned. And that is how Ekwe Thurwa Turkana also became the Speaker of the Senate. Nobody gave, in fact, the only person who can say he gave me was my party leader then of URP, William Ruto. I saw a small girl from Kiambu ranting on social media. Small girl. I was in parliament when Michuki Kibaki was MP for Daya, when the Right Honorable Raila Odinga was MP for Langata, and the person now who is the legal mind of the devolution, sitting behind you, Mary, was our legal mind. That is a man. That is a man. People think devolution just came. We have technocrats like that guy, that professor. Today, I want to say, without no fear of contradiction, as the Minister for Health and working with the Council of Governors, the transformation in the health sector reforms today by His Excellency Dr. William Ruto from the equipment program in our hospital. Today, under the equipment program, you will find a CT scan in Garissa PTH. Today, you have the regional blood center in Garissa PTH. Today, you have the regional cancer center in Garissa, Mombasa, and Nakuru. And we are building one in Kisii, working with the Council of Governors. We are building the one in Jaramogi. Today, cancer has a high refill rate because of the collaboration with the Council of Governors. Today, if you go to Lamu County, King Fahd Hospital, where people used to die on the way from Lamu to Mombasa, today, under the progressive leadership of Issa Timami, you have an oxygen plant, you have an ICU, you have a CT scan, you have a pediatric wing, you have a private wing, just like we have it in Garissa PGH. Without devolution, devolution has challenges. The way even the national government, which has lived since 1963, has challenges. Mimi ndio najua tangu nimekuwa waziri wa afya, my closest partners are the Council of Governors. Working with them today, we have posted over 6,200 interns in our hospitals, paid for by the national government, working in our counties. Today, we are working with the Council of Governors to reduce the maternal mortality and newborn. Hawa gavana na rais wamesema hakuna siku mama atakufa Kenya na mtoto atakufa. And governors, I want to assure you that number of 355 to 100,000 is not right. I had a meeting yesterday with AMREF, Global Health. In fact, Kenya is below 100. Me and Governor Nadif, April last year, we saw there were 18 mothers who died from January to April. Working with him and his CEC and the PGH team, we put in place systems that made sure hakuna mama amekufa PGH. And I can tell you, since April last year, only 2 mothers died, and they were referrals from Tana River and the refugee camp. That is when leadership at both levels unite. Then the people. So devolution, what he has shown, I have been to the hospital. Hata kama utaki governor, utaki waziri, lakini ukweli lazima tuseme. Leo wa Kenya 32.1 million wamekuwa registered na SHA. Number 1 county is Mombasa. Wale wa Kenya 32 million wanaenda kwa hospitali ya county governments. The only thing now that President Ruto, under his health transformation, and governors, let me tell you, as of yesterday, the Social Health Authority has paid 172 billion in 18 months. NHIF used to pay 3 months. Hawajapitisha 5.1 billion. By Monday yesterday, SHA paid 11.9 billion. The president is going to launch the National Emergency Ambulance Dispatch. Mkenya akikuwa mgonjwa katika barabarani, ile ambulansi ataitisha kwa simu 992, itakuja, ambulance italipwa mafuta na kila kitu inalipwa na SHA, anapelekwa hospitali. The first 24 hours, hata akitaka ICU, whether he's registered with SHA or not, he will be attended to. That is the transformation as national government we are doing with our brothers, the county governments. So if you want to see devolution, success in devolution, as the Minister for Health, health is number 1. What are we doing now? What the president is doing is saying, in every region now, we want to have a referral hospital like Kenyatta. In Mombasa, the governor has given us land. Out of the 15 hospitals we are going to build, Mombasa, there will be a referral at Chuda, I think. You have agreed with the president. Our governor has given the whole of northern Kenya, Garissa PGH, and I really want to thank him. I really want to thank Governor Nadif for giving PGH to be the Kenyatta National Hospital referral for this region, the 5 counties. In Nyanza, we have turned Jaramogi now to be a referral. In Eldoret, we have MTRH. In Central, we have Kenyatta University and we have Mike Kibaki Referral Hospital. In Western, we are going to have the Kakamega Level 6 Hospital and Bungoma Level 6 Hospital. In Kericho, under the African Development Bank, we are putting a new Level 6. So that Kenyans don't move. They don't leave Garissa to go to Kenyatta Hospital. They must have their Kenyatta National Hospital here. So governors, I really want to thank you. The choice for Garissa to host this very important function represents also as the very remarkable progress that devolution has made historically in underdeserved regions like Garissa. Garissa reminds us that equity must remain at the heart of our national development. Whether geography, climate, or the distance should never decide or determine whether a mother survives childbirth or whether a newborn lives beyond the first month of life. While we celebrate these days, we must also confront the reality that maternal and newborn mortality remains unacceptably high. Thousands of mothers and newborns continue to lose their lives each year from a very preventable causes. With the burden of the failing on our ASA regions in terms of healthcare and other underserved counties, every maternal death is a tragedy. Every newborn death is one too many, and these are not merely statistics. Their lives, their families, and their future loss. So mimi niko nafurahi sana. I agree with the Council of Governors. We need to do something about doctors' training. I have seen it and I have talked to a number of people. They are part of the reforms that we are doing. And I want you to agree with me and help me that if Garissa wants to send, for example, 5 doctors, we want our doctors to go out and get specialists. But we want Garissa or Mombasa to tell us we lack this particular specialty. Because we are overproducing in certain specialties, and in some specialties we are lacking. And their place is being taken by foreign specialists. Ultimately, we want to turn our country to be the hub of medical tourism. And that is why, under Shah, I have gazetted only 37 ailments that cannot be treated in our country. If you can be treated in Garissa or Mombasa Coast General or Nyeri or KNH, we don't want to go and give our money to another country for them to build the healthcare system. We want our money to remain here. We want our healthcare workers to be the beneficiaries of that resource. So MPDSR is a very, very important aspect of the whole transformation and reforms we're doing in the health sector. From digitization to making sure cancer has the right drugs, to making sure that we have a very robust health financing, and to make sure that our human resource, our healthcare workers are motivated, both in terms of training and in terms of their salary scale. And I really want to thank the Council of Governors. Let me say it myself, and I'm not saying for the sake of it, and I even say it in cabinet, that our 2 levels of government are not competing. Our 2 levels of government are complementary. Where we feel the Council of Governors is right, the national government led by the President, we are with you. Where we feel we need to have more consultation, we will have more consultation. All of us, we are serving the people of Kenya. So asanteni sana. Leo, I also want to thank, is it Zuri? Yeah, Zuri, thank you very much. I think ultimately we'll discuss with the Council of Governors. Because I think the burden of cancer in our country, the way we are dealing with universal health coverage and Taifa care, and making sure that health is an equalizer, we must also deal with, and the way we are dealing with maternal and newborn deaths, we are going to focus on NCDs and more so cancer. because close to 44,000 Kenyans every year get cancer. And out of that, close to 29,000, they die. They die of breast cancer, cervical cancer, name it. I think where we are missing as a country is that we must invest in early screening and early detection. Most of our citizens come to hospital when they have got the cancer has reached either stage 3 or stage 4. So this is something we're going to have with the Council of Governors, with the Cabinet, with the President, that we create mobile screening and early detection vehicles moving in our villages, going to the markets, checking whether our mothers who are at the market. And there was a machine that we were launching in one of the counties, a mammograph, about 6 months ago. And the vendor was testing. And out of the 1,000 women that were tested, 20% had traces of breast cancer. These are women who are just selling in the market. So we must go to the people and test. And we really want to ask, and now it's part of the primary health care. We need to put in the primary health care. Hata ule jamaa, ule mtu ako na malaria akienda hospitali, katika hospitali kuna mahali ya kupima whether there are any traces, and I think this is something we're going to work on. I think finally I really want to thank M-Pesa Foundation. The thousands of the people who are in the line, who are being treated. Our son now is a member of the trustee. I want to assure you, this with the Governor Nadif, this is I think the 4th medical camp we have done. And if we treat 2,000 people, we have seen that, I'm sure in the next 1 week you'll reach 10,000. This is what you call bringing that leadership to the community. I also want to thank the provincial administration led by the DCC. Mimi nilisema, I will not go to a meeting. Hata ili kienda harusi, lazima watu ya ID na watu wa registration wakuwe. Nilikuwa Lafey, nilikuwa Sako constituency weekend. Leo nimefurahi ID card na voters card, hata hawasikii maneno. I can see the line is still very long. Why are we doing that? You know, there are people who are saying, there's a man who is saying, ananapia kifua anasema ako na 7 million votes. So I went to the database of IBC last night. Huyu mtu hata kura hiyo anasema haiko, it's about 3.5. Na hiyo 3.5 hata ukitoa wale wa Kenya wengine wanaishi pale itakuja 2.5. Simulisikia jana anamwambia rais ni nyoka na ataua nyoka na mayai yake, na hata akasema ati mimi next election sijui ataniua atanifanya nini. I want to tell them, huyo mama amesema they can do nothing to you in Somali. I want to tell them, hawa watu waliingia siasa juzi. You know, God bless me. I was sitting with Mwai Kibaki as the MP for Othaya. Mimi nimekaa na Michuki, nimekaa na Olentimama, George Saitoti, you know, the really leaders of our country. Nilikuwa na Mother Karua alikuja hapa. Mmoja amesahau. Alikuja hapa 2005 Mother Karua. Nataka nisikize vizuri. Alikuwa anapigia debe ile banana na orange. Sisi watu wa orange wa Raila Odinga tulifukuza hapa. Alafu akasema, that's the word she used. That, you know, you guys, you can't even convince these refugees. She called us refugees then in 2005. 20 years later, another one is calling us when we meet the president, the first president to go and sleep in Mandera in the history of Kenya was William Ruto. Tumefurahi, tumemchinjia mbuzi, tumekana kama viongozi. Anatuambia rais amekutana na Al-Shabaab. Hiyo si matusi. Wakati rais alikuja Wajia, akatoa ile mambo ya discrimination ya watu wa Pwani, sisi watu wa Busia, akatoa akaweka signature mwenyewe mahali naitwa kama Vita Grounds inaitwa ama Tononoka Grounds inaitwa Orehe Grounds. Tafuteni hiyo video. Akakuja akasema huyo sasa ametoa hiyo ili wagaidi na hawa Somali na takataka yao wachukue kipande. Hiyo si matusi. Unajua mjinga ulikuwa anafikiri akirefuka werevu wako mashakani. Sisi watu wa pwani na wafugaji na Waislamu tumerefuka. Wewe Abdul Nasir, huyu baba yake na Hussein Maalim were the first two ministers, Muslim ministers in the history of Kenya. Huyu amezaliwa mahali naitwa Majengo. Huyu Abdul Samad alikuwa mjumbe wa Vita na ni mtu baba yake. Unajua baba yake alikuwa mtu wa ajabu sana. Hata alipokuwa waziri hakwenda kuishi Nyali, hakuishi Kizimbo. Baba huyu alikuwa anaishi Majengo. Sasa pale Majengo watu wengi waliuawa. Ile misikiti inaitwa nini? Masjid Musa. Kama siku ile ya katiba tukibadilisha, kama tungefaulu kuwa na parliamentary system, hii kifua watu wanapiga haingekuwa. And maybe a time will come when Kenyans in their wisdom, because we don't want, if you have a parliamentary system, there will be no post-election violence. Because all the votes will be counted in the constituency, whoever has the highest number, or the coalition of parties with the highest number, will form the government. And if that prime minister fails, so wakati wa katiba, sisi tulikuwa na kadi ya devolution na parliamentary. Sasa wakati wakatuambia tuchague moja, you know that the lawyer is laughing, it's true. Wakatuambia you guys cannot get devolution and parliamentary system. Sisi tukaona wacha tuchukue ugatuzi. President Ruto, former prime minister, tukachukua hiyo. And you know, the only people in the public servants who can play politics by law are ministers. Even when they pass parliament, pass the conflict of interest bill, they put it there. That ministers, even governors, your ministers can campaign for you, they can play politics. PSS and below they can't. So mimi sasa ofisi mimi nitakaa Monday to Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Mimi napiga debe ya William Ruto. Ule hataki akwende kabisa. Na hiyo WhatsApp group ndio tuko hapo. Ongeza watu ya post. Siku tumesema kuna WhatsApp group ya watu wafungaji. Tutaongeza. So tafadhali watu wetu mkate kipande. But I want to thank, just to conclude, I want to thank the leadership of the Council of Governors led by our sister, the whole team, our doctors who were there. And Abdul Samad said, there is no way you can link politics and development. They are intertwined. Our people pronounce here. It's just like Kenya in your development. So I really want to thank the staff of the healthcare workers in Garissa led by the CEC, the chief officers, our CEO at the PGH. I'm sure when you go to sub-counties like Barambala, Dadaab, you go to sub-counties like Bura, you see, we have not reached where we wanted. But for the first time, my mother can do a cesarean in any of our sub-counties. Na huyu Katra alifanya hapa kazi. Wakati mimi nilikuwa mjumbe, she was in PGH. She is one of the people who transformed PGH. Huyu. The Council of Governors, you have got a very special person. She was a chief nursing and I think she was in charge of referrals. So we have given you our best. Mary was here. We have given you one of our best. Yes. And as a minister, I am ready. I have been and I'm willing. My work will not be okay without the Council of Governors and the counties. huyu chair wa health na Mary, tukiingia kwa jam, mimi na waitanga hawa, hebu kujeni. The last meeting they were with the chairman, they were with the vice chair, they were with the chairman of health, the Mary was there, and we resolved many issues. So, ya mwisho, which the governor said, the deputy president, if you read the Statutory Instruments Act, it says the only person who can deliver regulations to the National Assembly is the minister. So the deputy president is the chair of IBEC, is the chair of many things, but when it comes to regulations even touching on IBEC, he has to look for a minister to sign on his behalf. Only he has delegated the signature to go into parliament. So my good friend, and let me tell you good people, I have worked with Professor Kindiki as a leader of majority, the first leaders of majority. I have worked with him as the Minister for Interior and myself Minister for Defense. Kenya has a very decent, educated, Mungwana, down to earth, working with his boss, Professor Kindiki. I wish we had Professor Kindiki from day one. Lakini Mungu hakupanga. So we have, Kenya is proud to have a very dedicated, decent, highly educated, down to earth deputy president. Wale wanamkejeli hawamjui Professor Kindiki. So mimi niko hapa nyuma. Unajua loyalty ndio inakupeleka mahali. Ulikuwa loyalty. Huyu Abdulsama amekuwa loyal kwa Raila. Mimi nimekaa nyuma ya Ruto na huyu Kindiki. But ultimately, we want to work with our people. I want to thank our healthcare workers, our consultants, who have agreed to work in some of the most remote areas. Very few consultants want to go to remote areas. So those who are working, Governor, they must be treated very well. You know, they go there. It's good to appreciate people. The backbone of our healthcare system, and that is why we agreed we should have no industrial disputes with healthcare workers, whether it's internship, whether I'm happy you have resolved the issue of the CBA. You know, I was talking to Deputy and I told him now we have no problem. From August you get your money. So we want to resolve all problems to our healthcare workers so that they also be very comfortable and stuff. So with those many remarks, it is my honor and duty to officially launch and that it's a very constitutional day for us. That is our collective responsibility, and I'm happy that today all of us as leaders, we want to move forward. And I really want to ask the Council of Governors, let's continue. From here, we go to another county. And help me reduce and government reduce the maternal and newborn mortality. That should be our focus. Thank you, Governor. Thank you for bringing us. We are proud of you. Continue.
Waziri, before you go, unajua watu wa Garissa saa zingine, we need to give them a bit of understanding on some of these issues. When we met and we agreed me and you, and we discussed that we should turn Garissa Nimbad Hospital to level 6, I agreed because I know the value of what it means to go to level 6. Lakini watu wengine wakiwa pia wanasiasa wakasema kama labda wewe kama umeshindwa kuturun this hospital. I want to tell them, waxaan ina fahansiin rabaa wasiirka waad maqlayseen level 6 kan aan ka dhigahayno Garissa County ma aha yani isbitaalkii baan ka la'na sheekada hiyada sheekada daciifka meelaha laga bixiyo isbitaalkan lacagta naga baxdo iyo meeshii uu joogay before devolution iyo meeshaan soo gaarsiinay waan garanaysay iyo maanta idiga shahidka kactaga soo fiiriya marka level 6 ka waxaan u dooranaynaa inaan ka dhigno macnaha inuu noqdo isbitaal weyn oo lacag badan la helo dowladda laga helo dibadda laga helo oo marka regionka oo dhanba uu anfaco oo si aad u sii weyn ugu shaqeeyo oo lacag aad u fara badan u helay marka inta unbaa jirtaa laakiin dadka leeyihiin governorship meesha uu ku rafaad kuma rafaadin been baa sheegaysa please.
In fact, for us to take over Garissa PTH as level 5 hospital, there are certain conditions. And the governor has done serious investment in equipment, in expansion. He is building the mother and child. You have seen it. So once we have the mother and child, we have the regional cancer center, we have the blood center. We have opened with him a new wards. We have now theaters. It has qualified to serve now not only Garissa, to serve Wajir, Mandera, Marsabit, Isiolo, Tana River, and Lamu. And then we will upgrade some of our level 4s to level 5. Even within this town, we will upgrade Medina level 4 to go to level 5. Maybe upgrade 15 from level 4 to level 5. So the governor can now be busy with the level 4 and level 5 and below. We are putting Balambala, you have seen it's coming up. We have level 4 in Modogash, in Bura. He will have the resources now for PGH, will be taken by the national government, and he now will take his resources to the level 4 and level 5. marka waxaan sheekada maad galad laga hadlay malaha BBC lagu dhageystay fadhi ku dirka waxa ay ku dhibi waartan airportkeena suu yaal terminalka quraxda badan gabanays ويأتي عليه ما مالس ورمم زمو استاجي بقى صعدو كاونتي لا ديسيس marka waxa weeye waxa ku dhahay ani alisaad عندي جري موارد ولا كانوا صموا marka xaja caafimaadka ani nadiif warba naga hadlo ani marka wasiirka caafimaadka asana gabar u ahaa waxaan rabnaa inaan blood center gaasayto meel kale la adeegro somo hada waa regional somo cancer waa lamid. So our governor has done, he upgraded, he invested both in human capital, and I am very happy that our staff at PGH now will transition. In fact, we are forming the transition committee with your CEC at Afia House, and we expect the national government to invest 3 billion in fact, starting with equipping the mother and child section you have done. وماما وكنا وكنا نزور بسبب كوندي وماما wanajifungua sana. Hiyo watu wanafikiri sasa zaidi. Watashangaa sana. We should go on a tour. In fact, now he's putting more wards because our maternity now is overcrowded. So we are putting more. He's putting more wards. So thank you very much. waxaan sheegan takireeto waxaan sheegan tuqaas maxwa ibare. You focus on delivery. هذه نبي محمد يو أمبياش يعني الدخل أيوة واحد لقى الشيء سبقنا زين أرنكي نبي نوح يدونت والكيسات هذا اللي بورتا فوري ما قال لك الله ما قال لك هذا شال كريه سيدنا نبي نوح ورجع هذا هو أصغر من تكاسيه ومعلوم إسلامي. So let's focus on delivery.
وزيري واد ما سنتهي هذا ما قصيت هذا أنا مدير له. Okay, we are now coming. Let me now invite our chair, our CEO, Mary. Please come back to the front so that now you can take over from here. I know time we are not doing very well. Watu wamekaa na njaa, and therefore it's important that we conclude very quickly. I really wish that we can hasten whatever is remaining for the morning session. Asante.
Tupigieni gavana makofi tafadhali. Yes, Ade Duale, we truly appreciate you as a champion of devolution. Since you came to the ministry, we have realized nothing short of cooperation, coordination, and consultation in matters health. We truly appreciate. Now we are just coming to the end. I want to call them, the Sarge, the moderator here. We just want to do one panel so that the CS can be able to articulate issues of policy direction in the health. Then I will be able to break for lunch. So before I invite, Colleen Araka here and the panelists as you take your seat. Colleen Araka is a quality assurance specialist from one maternity hospital and one of our NPDSR champions, together with very many other champions that you're going to see CS as the flag of the NPDSR team to go to the county. But allow that before she comes, take your seat. We want to do a video, a short video on NPDSR, just 3 minutes, and the other panelists take stage so that we can save on time. Comms team, please, NPDSR video.
She walks into the hospital quietly. This is her third pregnancy, so there is no anxiety of the unknown this time, only the fatigue of carrying life for 9 months. She's ready to meet her baby and return home, where her husband and 2 children wait. For a brief moment, after the birth of a baby boy, everything is as it should be. Then something changes. The energy in the room shifts, movements become urgent, and the moment of joy gives way to irreversible loss. This is not an isolated story, it is a pattern. Across Kenya, maternal and newborn deaths often follow familiar pathways. Delayed referrals, gaps in emergency response, shortages of blood products, and limited theater access.
12 naruhusu nimepoteza mama na mtoto.